As the world turns with this Dalvin Cook saga, being that we only have one life to live, how many more days of our lives before this actually gets resolved? While in another world, Cook might be the guiding light to success, here's why the right move is to say goodbye to him and also why this June 1st date is of much importance. There's no doubt that the Minnesota Vikings will benefit from having Dalvin Cook on their team. His production last season was 6th in the NFL in rushing yards, and he was playing behind a bad offensive line. And while he is undoubtedly on the Mount Rushmore of Minnesota Vikings running backs in this day and age in the NFL are extremely devalued. Cook, who will be 29 when this season starts, has a price tag of $14.1 million on the salary cap. The Kevin O'Connell offense does not maximize running backs. This offense is set to run by running back by committee. And ultimately, paying any running back, even if he was the best running back in the NFL, $14.1 million against your salary cap just isn't a wise move considering all the salary cap constraints this team is under. Yes, they did free up some money by trading Zadarius Smith, and ultimately can free up some more by doing extensions with TJ Hawkinson and Justin Jefferson. Still have work to do with Danielle Hunter. But being that running backs in this offense are not utilized to their potential, it does not make sense to keep Dalvin Cook, all things considered. Then there's the obligatory Bill Belichick line of better to get rid of a player 1 year too early versus 1 year too late. I do believe that with the surgery that Dalvin Cook had this offseason, he probably does have 1 or 2 more good years left in him. There's only 3 outcomes to the saga. He's going to be cut, he's going to be traded, or he's going to come back and say, yes, I will take a salary cut. Based on everything that he has said thus far, I find the last one to be highly unlikely. But maybe he does look at Harrison Smith and say, all right, I guess I'll take a pay cut too. But let me be clear, he's under no obligation to, just because Harrison Smith did. NFL players put their bodies on the line and are entitled to make as much money as they can. So I don't begrudge Dalvin Cook or any other player for holding steadfast to saying, no, I'm not giving my money back. The most likely outcome is Dalvin Cook will either be cut or traded on or after June 1st. In the unlikely event that Dalvin Cook is cut prior to June 1st, the Vikings will save $5.9 of that $14 million salary cap hit on the 2023 season. If somehow they manage to get a trade involved prior to June 1st, that would add an additional $2 million in savings potentially, but like we saw with the Zadarius Smith deal, there may be some negotiating where the Vikings keep a little bit of that money in order to facilitate the trade. That outcome is highly unlikely, so let's just assume for a second that it's going to be post-June 1st. At that point, the Vikings will save $9 million in this year's salary cap, $11 if he's traded potentially, and will have a $3.1 million carryover into the 24 cap as dead money. So that extra $3.1 million, if they do it post-June 1st, doesn't disappear per se. It actually just gets transferred onto the 2024 cap, opening that $3.1 million now. If it were possible for whichever outcome to be done before June 1st, I would actually prefer that $3.1 million hit be dead now, therefore giving us as much room in 2024 as possible. Bottom line is this. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah may or may not have had a trade offer prior to the draft to get rid of Dalvin Cook. And if he didn't take it, I'll be a little disappointed. 1, because we would have had additional draft capital this year. But 2, the salary cap books would be completely cleared after 2023 of any Dalvin Cook's remaining portions. While $3.1 million does not seem like a whole lot, and in the grand scheme of things isn't, the Vikings are slated to have $54.3 million in dead cap hits by just 4 players: Kirk Cousins, Danielle Hunter, Harrison Smith, and Marcus Davenport. If at all possible, I'd love for the 3.1 to be done this year. At the end of it, it is going to be a little sad to say goodbye to Dalvin Cook, just like it was for Adam Thielen and Eric Kendricks. In my opinion, is the number 4 running back to ever run for the Minnesota Vikings. I have him behind only Chuck Foreman, Robert Smith, and Adrian Peterson. Having said all of that, hopefully the Vikings will be able to get at least some value for him in return and be able to do right by him, as those reports said. Although, doing right by him, isn't that kind of like separating from your partner in a way that you can still have all of your mutual friends? I don't know. But those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. Do you think the Vikings are in the right to move on from Dalvin Cook, or should they do whatever they can to try to keep this guy? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and for now, Skol, to the next episode.